Hello. Hi, come on in. What is your name?
Sierra.
Sierra
Thomas.
Thomas? All right, I'm Denny. Nice to meet
You
you.
too.
Nice handshake. All right. Are you, and this is actually honest, are you seriously considering a career in law enforcement?
Kind of.
Kind of?
I guess. It seems interesting.
Okay, all right. What are some other interests that you have?
I don't really know what I want to do.
Okay, well, that's fine. That's pretty good, actually, for your age, because there's no sense tying yourself down to something
Yeah.
for the next 40 years, so. But for today, we'll just act like you are interested in a career in law enforcement, and that's how I'm gonna try and treat it.
All right.
What are you doing, or have you done to prepare yourself for a career in law enforcement?
I took a class for your internship. I guess it's more like helping people. Like,
Okay.
I haven't really took any classes.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Let's go this route. How about physically, mentally? Because law enforcement is more than about education. Physically, you have to be capable of taking care of anything from someone who's burning in a car down in a ditch that's way down in the ditch, and you have to get them out of there. And you may have to bring one up and then go down and get somebody else and bring them up. So physically, you have to be capable. Mentally and communication skills are a must. You have to have very, very good communication skills.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. How about physical part? Are we capable of that?
Yes.
Okay. And then, without sounding like it's the end all be all, but is athletics? Are you in athletics? Are you
Yeah.
like running track or?
I've done track, basketball, and football, cheerleading, and basketball, cheerleading.
Okay, okay. So strength and conditioning and those kinds of things are nothing new to you. All right. Okay, good, good. We've kind of touched on this a little bit, but why do you want to be an officer? Why do you want to be a police officer?
It interests me in working with other people, being able to help them with what they're doing wrong.
Okay, all right. Can you think of other ways that you would be helping people?
What do you mean?
Can you think of not just the people that are doing something wrong? But there's a variety of ways to help people. If one person's breaking the law, if it's a domestic assault, if some husband or wife is assaulting the other, their spouse, so by removing one, you're helping another, but by removing the one, you're also helping them to remove them from that situation. Okay. So there's many ways to help people, from simply giving them a ride to a gas station to pulling them out of a burning car and to removing them from a dangerous situation. So, and there are probably, if we sat here long enough, we could probably come up with a lot more.
Yeah.
What qualifies you to be a police officer? What are the important qualities of a police officer that you possess?
Being good with time management, being able to work with others, and help them.
Okay. How about a law-abiding citizen? Are you a law-abiding citizen? Do you set the law-abiding, meaning you obey the law
Yeah.
as a citizen?
Yes.
Are you law-abiding and obey the rules?
Yes.
Okay. Is that what would be an important character for a law enforcement officer?
Being responsible,
Okay.
organized,
Yeah.
being good at time management,
Okay. Honesty.
honesty,
Okay. Integrity.
trustworthy.
Yeah. Trustworthy. All right. Communication skills.
Yes.
Okay. That's that's right up there at the very, very top. You have to be able to communicate confidently with people. Are you capable of doing that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. What are your major strengths that you think will help you become a police officer? A good police officer?
Being good at communicating with anybody, like any age. Being good with time management so you're not late to your job or staying after it if you need to. Help longer.
And this is the hard part. What are your weaknesses? What do you think you're gonna have to work on? We're all good at doing things that we're good at, right? We're all good at practicing the things we're good at, but we're not good at practicing the things we're not good at to get better. It's just a human flaw. It's hard to do. So, can you foresee any flaws that you think, not flaws, but just not your strengths?
We'll come back to it.
Sure. What are your expectations / perceptions of law enforcement that you feel you can strengthen? So you can make the overall concept of law enforcement better from
Doing everything that I can to help. Being on time, being respectful to everybody that I have to help.
anything else? The overall whole concept with you sitting here in Blairsburg, Iowa, and the whole world of law enforcement out there. There's city, there's county, state, federal, there's all sorts of law enforcement. Can you help make that perception better?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you think of another way? I mean, that's a good answer, but what's gonna make you stand out? What's gonna make you a quality law enforcement officer? And somebody says, look at that, look at her.
Doing what I'm supposed to be doing and not doing the wrong things. Doing everything how I'm told.
Okay. Do you understand the interaction that law enforcement has with the courts? Law enforcement has to, we have to stay up to date with the court decisions. The Supreme Court makes rulings on a regular basis, and that affects laws throughout the country. So there's a continuing education portion of it. Are you aware of that, or is that news to you? News to you? Okay. I'm just trying to give you a broader perspective of what all-inclusive law enforcement is about. And you know, you'll receive that in training.
Right.
You'll receive a lot of that in training, but that's something that you need to be prepared for when it comes to that. What are your interests and goals in law enforcement? Do you just want to be a police officer, or do you want to become a detective someday, or do you want to become a narcotics agent, or do you want to become, move on up? Do you want to move on up the ranks into sergeant, lieutenant, captain, major, chief?
It would depend on how much I like being a police officer and then I think about moving up if I liked it a lot.
Okay. You see law enforcement, the promotional process in law enforcement has to do with leadership skills. So you possess skills to be a leader.
Yes.
Even a police officer at the lowest, you know, I'm at the lowest level, trust me, I am at the bottom of the food chain in the Iowa State Patrol. But, because there are many ranks above me, but as an ordinary officer, you're looked at in your jurisdiction as a leader. You lead by example, you lead when things go bad. You're the one, when everybody else is running this way, you're running that way. And that's what leaders do, and you have that. Yeah. Okay. let's get into some meat and potatoes about law enforcement. Do you know anything about use of force? Do you think you're gonna have to use force as a police officer?
Yes.
Yes? Why is that?
If you have to take somebody down,
Why would you have to do that?
if they were doing the wrong thing,
Okay.
handcuff them.
What are you gonna attempt to do before you use physical force or any other sort of force?
Talk to them first,
Talk to them. Now,
communication.
exactly, communication. I told you that's way up there on the, as high as you can get on the priority list, okay? However, you're not always gonna have time. Okay? So sometimes you don't have time to communicate with someone. You don't have time to tell them exactly what you want. So, what they're supposed to do or not supposed to do. Have you thought about that?
Like that.
Okay. Have you thought about the fact of, utilizing anything, any tool from your hands up to a weapon,
Yeah.
and a few tools in between?
Yeah.
Okay. And you think you can do that?
Yes.
Because that's an important decision. And it's one that, once you jump off that cliff and say, yes, I can do that, you gotta back it up. Because if you're coming to back me up, and I need help, I need you to do the right thing. And I guarantee you that if I come to back you up, I will do whatever I have to do to save your life or anybody else's life. And that's an important decision, that when you raise your right hand and this badge is pinned on you, that is what you are sworn to do. And you have to be ready for that. And before my agency or any agency hires you, you have to be confident that you believe that with all your heart. There are a variety of use of force topics that we're not going to go through. A recent one, normally in an interview, you will be asked about some current events. Okay, so before you would go for a real interview, I'm going to talk about one here, but I will maybe just suggest it rather than have you come up with a current event. Are you familiar with the current events of Ferguson, Missouri? You're not? You probably are, but you might not recognize. In August, July, August, a police officer innocently driving down the road, sees a large man in the middle of the road, politely asks him to leave the road. The subject, ultimately, I don't know all the facts, I really don't, but ultimately, the subject turned around and came to the officer. The subject is 6'3", 300?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
Hadn't he robbed a bank or stolen something?
He had, but the officer didn't know that at the
Yeah,
time.
no, he didn't know it at the time, yeah.
Okay, so you're driving down